Watch this video if you want to learn how to argue more effectively with your partner. And also, what are few things to try to avoid when you want to get your point across properly. For the best relationship advice, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification to be notified every time I upload a video. My name is Diana and I own a website called Better Topics that is dedicated to helping couples experience more love, joy, and connection. And now let's get into it. I would want to point out that I will be talking about arguments and arguing with your partner rather than fighting, because we should try to avoid for an argument to escalate and end up into an actual fight. Now, I would just want to point out, for safety measures, if you actually end up in a physical fight, get out as soon as you can and call the police. But if you just have a normal, very heated argument, which is called many times a fight, I would urge you to try to take it down a notch. I know in the heat of the moment, this is not always possible. Hence why I will be referring to arguments rather than fights. Once you end up in a fight, it's less likely that any of you two will actually take a step back, try to calm down, try to help your partner calm down, and actually have a discussion about what the issue actually is and how to sort it. Also, in fights, you are more likely to end up saying things that you might regret at a later date and words that you cannot actually take back. Therefore, first thing would be to try to avoid an argument to escalate that much as to actually ending into a fight with your partner. Now, the first thing I would urge you to do when you want to effectively have an argument with your partner is to avoid deviating from the subject. Don't bring up the past, as that won't really help much and it will just add fuel to the argument that you're having. And it won't help your partner listen either. They will most likely go into defensive mode, not listen to you, and most likely respond with the same level of anger, if not more, because they actually feel attacked. The second thing I would urge you to do when you want to have an effective argument with your partner is to focus on your feelings and why is it that you feel hurt. What is it about this specific situation that you want to discuss that makes you feel hurt about something that either they have done but you didn't want them to do, or they haven't done and you would have liked them to do. Try to pinpoint it down and use phrases like, because you haven't done this, I feel hurt because I feel you either don't love me, you don't respect me, you don't appreciate me, and although it doesn't seem like that for you, this is the message I get. Although all this situation that you actually have the argument about might have brought up a lot of anger in you, try to avoid responding with anger towards your partner. If you feel very angry and you feel you might actually end up saying things you might regret and your partner might regret later on as well, try to walk away. Take a few minutes, do something on your own to calm down, and then come back and have the argument when you can respond with something else rather than actual anger. Therefore, try to avoid responding with anger as much as you can, and also try to avoid begging as well. That won't make you feel any better. However, focus on why is it that that particular situation made you feel hurt, and how exactly did it make you feel? Is it hurt, unloved? Or maybe why do you actually feel misunderstood by your partner? Now, the last thing I would urge you to consider when you want to have an effective argument with your partner and get out the results that you want is avoid criticism and state the exact thing that you want. Also, try to listen to your partner's feedback. Many times they actually have a reason why they have done something or they haven't done something that we would have wanted them to do. It might be simply because they were in a rush, maybe because they haven't understood how important that thing is for you, or maybe they just missed it because they've been so busy and not focusing on that one thing that you wanted them to do. Try to avoid criticism and also words like you always do this or you'll never do that, because surely that cannot be the case. It's just many times when we want to be right, especially if we're angry and we feel hurt, we try to find a lot of reasons why is it that we are right, and therefore focusing just on the instances when they have done that certain thing or they haven't done it. Whereas we tend to dismiss all of those other situations when they have actually complied with what we wanted them to do. Also, you have to keep in mind that their response might hurt you to a certain degree. Maybe it's just not important for them, but then it is your responsibility to actually explain why is it important for you. And as I mentioned, try to avoid criticism. So when you actually want something, try to use phrases like, I would really appreciate it if you would help me out with this. Or say something like, I had such a long day today, I am shattered. Can you just help me put in, I don't know, a load in the washing machine? Or can you just help me with taking out the laundry because I'm really busy with something else? Instead of attacking them and instead of responding with anger, why you never help me, why is it that I have to do everything in the house? Try to avoid those type of situations and discussions, because at the end of the day your partner will feel attacked and they will not listen to what the core problem behind it is. They will just try to defend themselves, first of all, and second of all, they might even respond with the same level of anger, if not bigger level of anger. Therefore, criticizing won't really take you far. What will take you far is actually requesting what you want. Therefore, focus on the positive of it. I know sometimes it can be difficult to see the positive in such a situation, but try to keep in mind that if you want to actually get things your way, you have to tell your partner what is it that you want. Because at the end of the day, they are a different person than you, they have different things on their mind than you, and they have different priorities than you. Therefore, if you want them to do something, be clear and specific with what you want them to do. Now, obviously, if you keep telling them multiple times and they still don't comply, then it's a different discussion that you should have. But even then, you should just listen to what their feedback is and what they have to say about it. Maybe they just don't think it's that important for them to do that certain thing at that specific time. For example, if you ask your partner to, load the washing machine in your place because you're busy with something else, they might just not think it's important to do it right then, and the washing can actually wait for another couple of days, in their opinion. Whereas if you try to explain to them, can you do this now because tomorrow I won't have time, we'll be away, or any other reasons why you want them to do it specifically then, that might actually help and prompt them to help you with whatever it is that you're asking them to do. Another quick mention I would like to make is that once your partner starts doing things that you want them to do, even if they're not perfect, appreciate them for doing it. The more you appreciate them for doing it, even if it's not perfect, the more they're willing to do things for you. Whereas if you criticize them or you attack them or you get very hurt and you don't express your feelings right, but you just attack them straight away, they most likely will shut down and they won't have any initiatives next time. Even if it's something that they've done but is not exactly as you would want them to, first just try to appreciate them for doing it, thank them genuinely that they have done it, and then at a later date you can actually give them some feedback. How would you actually like that thing to be done better? And also try to avoid things like, oh, you finally have done it, or was that so hard? Again, try to avoid criticism and attacking your partner. I mean, if you think about yourself as well, whenever you feel attacked, you have this instant reaction to defend yourself and explain, and bring up 1,000 reasons why is it that you have done or not done something. Therefore, try not to do the same towards your partner, because obviously they will not appreciate it either, and they're more likely to respond positively if your approach is positive. Now, let me know what you think about these in the comment section below. And also, let me know what you think about these in the comment section below. If you want to join a community of like-minded people who want to work on their relationship, make sure to join our Facebook group. And the link for this I will leave in the description box below. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends.